Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and this is Totally Decked, a series of videos where I teach and play solitaire games that only use a standard deck of cards. Today I'm playing Card Capture, a simple but satisfying deck building game from designer Lucas Gentry. If you're experienced with modern board games, then you've undoubtedly encountered deck building before. It's such a popular and ubiquitous mechanism. If you're not familiar with deck building, Card Capture is actually a great place to start. To set up, you want to remove all 2s, 3s, and 4s, and both jokers from your deck and shuffle them together. This is your personal draw deck. Shuffle the rest of the cards together to form the enemy draw deck, and then deal out 4 cards. Place any dealt face cards and aces to the bottom of the enemy deck. For this video, when I refer to face cards, I'm going to mean jacks, queens, kings, and aces. There we go, that is setup complete. Now before I start playing, I want to mention that I'm using my Deck of Robots playing cards from Stellar Factory. I'm using these cards because I'm going to be playing Card Capture Robot Rebellion. It's actually the exact same game as Card Capture, but with a fun robot theme created by the designer. In short, an evil AI has taken over a robotics plant and is trying to transfer the robots to a secure facility. If the AI successfully captures even one of these robots, they'll be able to create an army that will take over the city. We must use the low-tech tools at our disposal to reprogram the AI equipment and use it to gain control of all the robots. Again, if we miss even one, we lose. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump on in and get started playing. Each round of the game has 4 phases. The first phase is the enemy phase. There's always going to be one empty spot, and all we're going to do is we're going to slide everything over and then refill. The second phase is the discard phase, where we can discard any number of cards from our hand. At the start of the game, we have no cards in our hand, so we don't have to worry about that. The third phase is the draw phase, where we draw back up to a hand of 4 cards. And then we have the final phase, the meat of the game. This is the capture phase. In this phase, we can attempt to capture one of the enemy cards by adding up our weaker cards, so long as the sum is equal to or greater than the card we want to capture. The only restriction is that all the cards have to be of the same suit. So we happen to have a great example here. We could combine this 2 and 3 of spades in order to capture this 5 of spades. It just needs to be equal to or greater. We couldn't combine the 3 of hearts with the 3 of spades because those are different suits, and we couldn't use these spades to capture this 5 of diamonds. Again, it has to all be the same suit. The jokers are really nice because this joker can mimic any of the other cards in our hand. We could make this joker this 3 of hearts. And then we'd have a 3 of hearts plus a 3 of hearts. We could capture this 6 of hearts. Or we could make it the 3 of spades and capture this. Although, if we're going to do that, we might as well just use the 3 and the 2. And I think that is what I'm going to do. And so these will just go into our discard pile. And there you go. That would be a complete round. We go back up to the enemy phase. Again, everything would just slide to the right. Refill. We can now discard as many cards from our hand as we want. Actually want to keep both of these, so I'm not going to discard. We then draw back up to 4 cards. And now we're back to the capture phase. These 2 cards didn't really help us very much, but we still have this joker and that 3, so we could get that 6. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're mimicking that. That's 6. Capture that. Right back to the enemy phase. Slide to the right. And this is where discarding comes in really handy, because we're looking out here, everything's red. So these 2 cards, even though they're 4s, and those are good cards, they're not going to help us capture any of these cards. So let's discard those. Now we'll refill all the way back up. And now these are going to help much more. Now let's say that I couldn't capture a card, or I didn't want to. There's two other things that we can do. First, we can let one of our cards get captured. So for instance, I could decide, this 2 is pretty weak. I'm going to let that card get captured rather than capturing one myself. When you do that, the card in position 1, so the card in the enemy row that's furthest to the right, that card would then capture our card, regardless of the numbers. When you do this, you ignore the numbers, and it goes into the enemy capture pile. Now again, if I wanted to, whoops, I have these backwards. If I wanted to, I could pick any card. So I could pick this 3 and have it capture this. But it's always going to be this card in position 1. Here's the problem. If this first card is a face card, then you wouldn't be able to do that. Because as soon as the enemy captures a face card, and again, that also means aces, then we automatically lose. To win, we need to go through this entire deck and not have a single face card end up in the enemy capture pile. Remember our little story about the robots? That would be the equivalent of the AI capturing one of the robots. The robots are the face cards. Luckily, we have a third thing that we can do in that situation, or, whenever we want. Instead of capturing and instead of letting one of ours get captured, we can do what's called a sacrifice. In that case, we let the enemy take any 2 of our cards. So let's say we have it capture these 2. It goes into their enemy capture pile, and then we could pick any card that's in the row and place it at the bottom of the enemy draw deck. Usually we'd only choose to do that if this card was a face card that we couldn't capture. So that's kind of more of a desperation play, but it is something that we can do. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to get rid of the 2 and just have this 5 go away. But I think instead I will just go ahead and do the 2 and the 3 and capture the 5. So we slide these over. I think I'll keep both of these because with the Joker and the 4, I can capture that 8. So we're doing pretty good there. This might be a good situation. We could dump this 2 and get rid of that 10. Yeah, I think I will do that. So I'm going to let this 10 take that 2, and now the enemy captured that. But that's fine because there were no face cards. Ooh, and there we go. We have our first face card. This is one of those robots that the AI wants that we need to capture. We need to make sure that the AI doesn't capture it. At this point, I don't see any use for this 3, so I will discard that, and then we'll draw back up. The value of the face cards are just what you'd expect. A jack is 11, queen is 12, king is 13, and ace is 14. So this king would take at least 13. We have 8 here, so we don't quite have it. I think we will go ahead and just use this Joker and the 4. It's going to mimic it. 4 and 4 is 8. So we can capture that 8. That's a good capture. That's a valuable card. Slide down. I think I'm going to discard this 2. I'll keep the 4. And now I need to draw cards, and my draw deck is empty. So I take the discards and shuffle them up. And this is where the deck building comes in, because we are now making our deck better by getting better cards and also getting rid of lower cards. Right? It's the 2 ways that you can build your deck up to be better. You get better cards and you thin your deck of the worst cards, which means you get to the better cards faster. Okay. Ooh. Ah. So close here. That's an 8 of diamonds. 9, 10, 11. We're just 2 away from being able to capture that king. Very close, but I think we'll make the joker this 4 of clubs so we can get that 8 of clubs. That's a good capture. Again, we win the game when we go through this entire deck, clear out all the cards here, and we've managed to keep all face cards out of the enemy capture pile. All right, so there's 2 thoughts here. Maybe we get rid of these because we're not going to be able to take this on realistically. Yep, I think that's the smart thing to do. So we're going to discard all of that, draw back up. Oh! Okay. We would have only had 12, which wouldn't have been enough, so we made the right decision, but that was almost the wrong decision. Look at this, we're doing very well on the hearts. We got a lot of powerful hearts here. And taking that 10, I think that's a no-brainer. Ooh. Okay, now we're getting to that point where we're going to have to sacrifice. I'm going to get rid of the diamond. I'm going to keep this, though. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Now, you want to make sure you can't see anything in your discard pile or in the enemy capture pile, if you really want to play by the rules. So we have 2 options here. We could joker, well, we got 3 options. We could go 2 and a 3 to get the 5. We could also go joker and 5 to get the 8. Or we could sacrifice, get rid of both of those, which would be thinning our deck of 2 low cards, and then that king would go to the bottom of the deck. I think I do want to do that. I do want to do that. Yeah, let's get rid of these low cards. We're not going to be able to take on that king anyway, so we might as well throw it at the bottom of the deck. We couldn't do a regular capture there because then that king would have gone in there and that would have been game over. Sometimes you need to do that in order to thin your deck. Well, that's not what we wanted to see. But we'll keep this because we have that 8. Yeah. We'll go here. 5 and 5 is 10. Take the 8 of spades. I think we're pretty strong on spades, but not so much on clubs. Okay, everything's black. Let's get rid of those. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is interesting. You know what? Yeah, let's go 4-3, get that 7. Seven's good. Yep. We're discarding both of these. And now we got to shuffle up. Deck's getting pretty thick. I would like to thin it out a little bit. You have to be careful when you're thinning, though, because if you lose power to be able to get a suit, you know, you're going to lose. So you can't get too weak in any one suit. Love to see that joker. Oh, no. Oh! Well, that's bad because none of these suits match those suits. We're going to have to let this 5 capture this 4, I think. Yeah. Got a bit unlucky there. Oh no. Okay, now it's getting a little rough. We want to discard that card. 6 in the joker, that's already 12. And we just need 14. So I think we'll hold on to that. We might be able to get that ace. Come on. Oh, that's a diamond. Oh, no. And we're in that bad position again where we have to sacrifice and put that at the bottom of the deck. I mean, we could put this one at the bottom of the deck instead if we wanted to, but we're close to that. Yeah, we'll have it capture the 3 and the 4, and the ace will go at the bottom. Not ideal, but what can you do? Oh, wow. We just need 1 heart to get that ace. So let's just hold on to these. Whoa. We need a club. We need a club. Oh, there it is, the heart. And that will do it. So this joker becomes the 6. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 hearts can take that ace. Beautiful. And now we know we have a lot of power in hearts. We can, you know, slough hearts if we need to. There are so many clubs. We are just getting bodied by clubs. Oh, there we go. Okay, that 8 will help us if we can get another one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, we can let the 9 capture this 2. Not the end of the world. In fact, getting the 2 out of our hand might be really good. Don't need those 2 cards. Now we need diamonds and clubs. Nope, come on. Joker. Ooh, there we go. That's what we needed. Let's get that king. Joker in the 8. Bam. Got another big one. Now it's all diamonds. Get that heart out of here. All right, we can at least... Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's what we needed to see. Oh, 9, 10, 11. We're 1 away from that queen. I could just go the 2 and the 5 and get the 6, keep the 4, and then hope to get it back to get the 9, or should we just go for the 9? Yeah, let's just go for the 9. So you can see how fast this goes. It's really fluid. You know, it might seem strange. I'm going to keep both of these. I'm going to keep both of them. Now we got to shuffle. Deck's feeling a little bit better. Got a lot of good cards in here. And this is the best part of deck building. It's kind of like an engine building game. Your deck just keeps getting better and better if you're doing it right. And it needs to. Ooh, that went wrong. Yeah, let's do a sacrifice. We have to. Let's get these 2 sacrificed. Queen goes to the bottom. We're just delaying. We're buying time. I'm going to keep those. All right. Whoa. Well, the 6 could just take the 5, or the 7 could take the 6. All works for me. Yep, we're going to keep all that. Oh, we got the big dog. Yeah, let's just go 6 takes the 5. I mean, it's crazy, but I might just discard this. We could get the 9, but we would just need a 3 to take the king. No, I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to hold on to that. I'm just going to draw 1. All right. We're going to take the 9. I don't like it, but... Ooh, there we go. That makes me feel better. Oh, we can take the queen. Beautiful. Let's do that. We have 14 there. That's plenty. Gotta like that. Getting better and better. Oh, I don't need this. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Got a little bit of a plan. Let's grab that jack with the king. That's a great capture. And strangely, I'm just going to keep this. Man, a little overkill going Joker in 8 just to get a 10. I think we're going to let that 6 capture our 3. Again, when it's a 1-for-1 like that, it has to be in the first position. Ooh. Right, I really need a spade. I'm going to get rid of that. Come on, spade. There we go. Like a little better spade than that. Oh! Big heart. Yeah, we can let the ace handle that 9. That's fine. Don't mind that. It's all spade now. Wish I had kept better track of what my spade situation is. I feel like we might be a little weak in spade. Problem is if I keep this and I use the joker, it's not the worst thing in the world. But then we really got to get on the spade train. Okay, I'm going to keep this. Oh, yes. That came at just the right moment. Let's get that king. That solves all of our spade issues. I'm going to keep this here just as capture bait. Okay, feels like it's going well. We've gotten a lot of big captures. I feel like it's fairly even. Now I'm worried about diamonds. I think we're good with spade and club. And I feel like we're good with hearts. But diamonds, I can't really remember. Well, that's a good diamond. Maybe not at this moment. I could let that 10 capture the 3. That's basically where we are. Yep. Not a big loss. We don't need that heart. Do we hold on to the diamond? I think we do. Ugh. Go 8 and 7. Okay, I'll hold on to all that. Ooh. Oh, yes. Joker and 6 is 12. And we can get that queen. I mean, doesn't get better than that. Boom. I'm going to keep those. Another joker. Well, we can get that ace. It's overkill, but it's also an ace. Yep. Can't turn down an ace. All right, speaking of aces, I don't want to get rid of this jack. It's too good. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, the ace taking the king does not get better. Yeah, I'm just going to keep all that. I think I'll just let this 10 capture this 5, actually. Any thinning that we can do at this point won't be the worst thing. Oh, I'm wondering if holding on to this is a mistake. Nope, I want to hold on to it. Oh! I'm going to take the ace. I mean, talk about overkill. But you can only capture one card. Oh, it's all coming up red. Time to abandon these. Well, I could just abandon this one. Hold on to the king just in case something good comes along. Yeah. Okay, heart. All right, there we go. I'm going to let the 7 capture the 5. Now we got 3 robots in a row. I can get that one. Okay, I'm going to hold on to this. Wham. That's a good card. Let's take this jack. A little bit worried about our thinning. I'm going to hold on to that. Hey! The queen came just in time. If you think about our robot theme, we reprogrammed this robot, and now this robot is helping us capture the other robots, keep it from the AI. I'm going to hold on to all that. Okay. I kind of want to get rid of these rather than just take that 8. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice. This may be crazy. I'm going to sacrifice these 2. And we'll just put this at the bottom of the deck. I'm not worried about that robot. I think we can handle that one. Now I'm almost looking for sacrifices. I'm going to discard these. Okay, deck's getting thin. We're getting close to the end. We've got some super powerful cards in here, and I want to make sure that we can get to them. Ah, yeah. It's overkill, but at this point, we want to get those robots. Yeah. Discard. Oh, we need some red. Ooh. I don't think we're going to get to another shuffle. So let's... Yeah, we might as well just capture. Ooh, okay. We're getting to the big boys. We just need any other club, and we can get that ace. This ace may be completely not helpful. Let's get rid of that. Gosh, if we get rid of this and then something big comes up in the spade, I'll feel stupid. So let's hold on to it for now. All right, we'll just go 8-7. Oh no, more club. Oh, this is a problem right here. That's too much club. The king can take the queen, but then how do we deal with that ace? Oh, that could be our downfall. I'm going to keep this. Okay, we're going to let this 8 capture our 6. And now we're getting into... Oh, it's the last card. Oh, no. Okay. So we don't need hearts. This can take that, and then it's just spades and diamonds is all we care about. Or no, clubs. All right, so we'll take that. When this deck runs out, you just don't worry about it. You kind of skip that phase. So we're just going to go to our discard phase. We can discard this. And we can discard that. Oh, that was a bad draw. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're going to go king, take queen. Once again, we skip the enemy phase. We can discard. We don't need that or that. No, not what we need. Not what we need. Oh, no. So this has to be either an ace of diamonds or a club, or we've lost. That's what's happened here. Oh, no. Oh, we were so close. Yep, we can't defeat any of those, and so we'd have to either let that king capture something or sacrifice. Either way, one of these robots is going to end up in the enemy pile. And so there you go, we've lost. We had to get rid of these two in order to win. How close were we? Ah, look at that. So if I had gotten rid of this, that's what I should have done. I should have gotten rid of this, which is hard to do because we're going for that. But then I would have drawn this. We would have been able to use that to take care of that. Then we could get rid of all of those. Let's see if we would have won if I had made that decision. Oh, the Joker. Oh, there were all the diamonds at the bottom. Oh, and there it was. We could have gone Joker 7, that's 14, and we could have taken the ace. So that's what we should have done instead of holding on to the jack. That was the critical mistake. Absolutely brutal. But there you go. That was a complete playthrough of Card Capture. I'd like to thank all of the financial supporters of Totally Tabled, including the Totally Radical Hextra, John Kohler, Scott Myers, and Jay Satterwhite, as well as the Totally Bodacious Mark Spitzig. If you're interested in becoming a member, you can join on YouTube or my Patreon at www.patreon.com/totallytabled. You'll gain access to my new exclusive podcast, Table Talk, as well as unboxing videos and whatever extra stuff I come up with. As always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.